RMJ Movie Reviews back again with my surprise movie review of Escape from New York. Excuse me, John Carpenter's Escape from New York. From 1981, starring Mr. Kurt Russell himself and co-starring Donald Pleasence, Adrienne Barbeau, and Isaac Hayes. The city of New York has become basically a prison blocked off from the rest of the United States, and they take all the crazy folks who disobey the rules and they throw them there. But change of plans. A terrorist organization has kidnapped the president, played by the great late Donald Pleasence, and they have to recruit Big Bad Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell, to go into the city to rescue him and bring him back in time to deliver this speech to the United States. And Escape from New York represents that fully. It really makes the city of New York, aka St. Louis, because apparently they had a really bad fire at that time, so they allowed the film crew to come down there and take advantage of their misfortune. Really just feels like this dangerous place of doom that anything horrible can happen at any minute. And one of the strong points, especially about early John Carpenter, is that he can create tension just by the type of camera style he uses, with wide camera lenses, characters that are kind of on certain parts of the frame, and you see all this open space and you're just waiting for something to happen. Musical stings that he used in Halloween, of course, the granddaddy of horror films, Psycho, used it with the jeep. But with the popping out, the loud musical stings, he does that here. So he incorporates some action elements, which was kind of, it wasn't really new for him because he had made Assault on Precinct 13. But he takes advantage of old school action elements of like a hero with who's kind of immoral or maybe a little bit gray, and he walks into a dangerous situation that he doesn't really care about. And Snake Plissken is like the ultimate anti-hero. He's not gonna necessarily hurt you. If it kind of benefits him, he'll maybe do it, and he kind of might a little bit maybe help you if he chooses to. Kurt Russell delivers a very kind of laid back, minimal performance, less words, more physical action, which that's what Carpenter was going for. Carpenter was going for a Charles Bronson, who was the original choice for Escape from New York, which, John Carpenter didn't want Charles Bronson at that time because Charles Bronson would have been wonderful, but Charles Bronson, I believe, was maybe 50, so he wanted him to be a young guy who could really get down fist to fist if he needed to. John Carpenter chooses an array of character, just colorful, eccentric actors to populate this dangerous world with. So you have a non-traditional choice for the villain, Isaac Hayes, who was very known within, the musical community of really making these really heavy songs. He's kind of got like a twitch, and he sweats, and of course, he rolls down the street with his car that has chandeliers on it and hydraulics, which that's my favorite. And you also have Frank Doubleday, who was also, he was the one who murdered the young girl in the original Assault on Precinct 13. But he's got like this freaky hair and these teeth and these eyes, and he goes, "Touch me," he dies. 15, 17, and he kind of goes, and he's scary. I never forget seeing Escape from New York on the Channel 43 8 o'clock movie in Cleveland when I was like maybe 7 or 8, and the movie really, he creeped me out, man. And I will say that although the film does do very well with making you feel doom and darkness and like danger is around any corner, like it really feels scary. Not to mention when you see a head on a stick, that freaked me out when I was a kid. And the thing with the finger, the eccentric characters kind of just really lends itself to feeling like anything could happen at any moment. Adrienne Barbeau, of course, all of us young boys remember her from Swamp Thing, 1982 Wes Craven's movie. Of course, she does have, I remember my best friend always remembered about Swamp Thing probably more than the movie, and it's something that I quite always enjoyed about Adrienne Barbeau. So much of the fact that when the guy killed her in Creepshow, I was sad because we wouldn't see any more of her. mentioned Donald Pleasance is supposed to be playing the president of the United States, and what's funny is he's supposed to be this very serious president, and before he goes off into this really goofy looking pod, he's literally a buffoon. There's a scene where he's got a blonde wig on his head, and Isaac Hayes is playing target practice with him and makes him repeat, "You are the Duke of New York, you're a number one. You are the Duke, you're a number one." It's so fun. In the way when the Ramello guy comes up to take the tracking device from him, and Donald Pleasance just looks at him and just goes like, he just has this. "You're the Duke! You're the Duke!" It's hysterical. It's absolutely hysterical. It is a movie of its day, so the special effects are not the greatest, and I believe even for its day, it was kind of a medium budget movie. There was no CGI. There was a lot of model work, so I like a lot of the scenes where Kurt Russell was flying into the city on this wing glider, played behind the magnificent John Carpenter orchestral kind of, I believe the word is ethereal kind of score. Very haunting, and that's the thing. That's the score for Escape from New York. It's on a keyboard. It's kind of early 80s keyboardy hip, but it also is very haunting. And you see like this really cool model. Actually, the model, the close-up of the model was, I think, with Donald Pleasance's airplane, Air Force One, crashed into the city. Fantastic film of John Carpenter's trademark relaxed, suspenseful style, eccentric characters, and a very non-traditional choice for kind of a gray hero. And by choosing Kurt Russell, who was a Disney star, or growing out of the Disney star at that time. Bear completely in mind that if you have not seen it, it is a product of its day, but I had a great time. Of course, some of the action and the punches is cheesy, but it's still fun. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, don't forget to hit the bell, and leave comments down below about John Carpenter's Escape from New York. And if you have a problem with early, cheesy 80s movies, why don't you go out and watch The Bridges of Madison County? I'll see you soon.